What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Like, subscribe, hit the Patreon page. Let's get a conversation going of like-minded, music-loving individuals going. There's that. Today, we're going to talk about Aaron Lewis's new album, Frayed at Both Ends. Now, depending on where you stream this or get this, there are two versions. There's one version without a video. The other deluxe version has the video for Am I the Only One at the end of it. So let's get into it, shall we? So Aaron Lewis, if you don't know who that is, at one time was the lead singer of the band Stain. And they had like 7 studio albums, I think it was, 6 or 7. And then he decided to go out on his own for a solo career and has 4 solo albums as a country artist. Now, when I say country artist, I don't mean the top 40 stuff that they shove down our throats and call country. I mean like real songwriting, musical, country. So this album is his 4th album. It is called Frayed at Both Ends and was released January 28th of 2022 and is 15 songs, runs an hour. Now, for gear, I always talk an artist's gear. He seems to have an extensive collection of guitars. He did have in 08 or 09, he had a Gibson Southern Jumbo signature model. I've seen him with a J200 Tobacco Burst Jumbo Gibson. I've seen him with a Martin. I've seen him with the Southern Jumbo. It's acoustic. I can't say for sure what his go-to is. I'm a Gibson guy myself for the most part. If you can't tell, I'm not affiliated with them by any means, but I mean, if I was, y'all hit a brother up. Just saying. Anyways, so yeah, the acoustic thing. Most of the videos and stuff I've seen lately, he's playing a Southern Jumbo. I'll post a picture of it. There we go. So on to Frayed at Both Ends. So like I said, it was released January 28th of 2022. It is a very big sounding album. I don't know where he recorded it or produced it. I did not find that information. But as far as the album goes, it's simplistic, but it's huge. And what I mean is instrumental wise, it's a couple of guitars. You hear a mandolin, you hear a dobro every now and then, and the vocal. Now the guy, if you've ever heard the guy, you do not have to question if his vocals or he can sing at all. And his songwriting, to me, is as good as anybody else. So let's get into my top 3. So for me, like I said, I try to stay away from the popular cuts that come off an album. Of course, everybody's talking about Am I the Only One? That is a statement from him. If you are in the Let's Go Brandon crowd, you will love that jam. I'm not saying that I am. I'm not saying that I ain't. We're not going to do that on this channel. Whatever you believe in, stand next to it and believe it. But for me, I'm not going to mix my music and politics. That's just some shit that I don't get into. But this is a great album, regardless of what you think of that particular track. So let's get into it. So number 3 for me is going to be the number 2 song on the album. It's called Goodbye Town. It runs 3 minutes and 24 seconds. I really like the percussiveness of him strumming, and I think it's like a thumb or whatever on the strings. You can hear the reverb on it. It's got a little harmonica in it. It's very simplistic in its instrumentation, but its lyrical content makes up for its simplicity. So I really enjoy it. 4 minutes and 17 seconds. 3 minutes 24 seconds, and it's the number 2 jam on the album. Now, the second jam for me, and this album was really tough to pick just 3, Really, I could probably do a top 5. And there's only 14 jams on the album, but for me, I'd have to say the number 2 jam is They Call Me Doc. Now, They Call Me Doc, it features Vince Gill, Dan Tominski, and the Creative Vets. If you don't know Aaron Lewis, he stands up for our veterans. If you don't stand up for your veterans, shame on you. Shame on you. That's the only politically type statement I'll make. Regardless of how you feel, regardless of what you think, everything that we get to do, the freedoms that we have, is because of a veteran. There's no getting around it. For what, 200 something years that America has been America, you have to thank a veteran for the right to say you hate it and for the right to say you love it. So if you don't want to deal with that, you just need to get over it, because that's just facts. But anyways, They Call Me Doc, the number 9 song on this album, and it runs 4 minutes and 3 seconds, and it's a very poignant lyrically song. They call me Doc. They ask for me when it's a soldier's time. You really just have to sit and listen to the lyrical content of this song, and if it doesn't really hit you, then you need to listen to it again, because if you don't get it, you need to hear it again. But it's a very, very poignant song. To me, it's one of the gems on the album. So, They Call Me Doc, that's my number 2 track. It's the number 9 song on the album, and it's 4 minutes and 3 seconds. Now, my number 1 song, and I'm going to be honest, this is the first time in all the reviews that I've done that I'm going to say that number 1 for me is a tie between 2 songs. So technically there's 4 top songs on this, but I only do 3, and it's the first time that I have a tie. So my tie is Life Behind Bars, which is the number 7 song, and it's 3 minutes and 29 seconds. Now, it's a concept that musicians will understand. So bars, he's using a metaphor here for bars of music. And he's just talking about, road dogging, playing music. Something that I can relate to, something that some people can relate to. And then the other song is the number 3 song on the album, and it's called Everybody Talks to God, and it's 4 minutes and 17 seconds. And Everybody Talks to God lyrically is as poignant as They Call Me Doc. But depending on your religious beliefs, which again, the same thing as the political shit, we're not going to mix music and religion here. It's a very, very striking, very poignant song written about some content that will touch people. I think the first time I heard it, I had to hear it again. Second time, I really got it. I really understood it. And it's one that I have gone back to on this album time and time again since I have been listening to this and decided that I was going to review it. Usually I listen to albums 2 or 3 times, but I have listened to this jam over and over and over. So there you go. My number 1 jam off the album is the first time in history for me. It's tie. It's They Call Me Doc. And Everybody Talks to God. To me, I can't say one is better than the other. And really, this album's tough to say here are the top songs. So there you go. What's my overall rating for this? I will give it a 4. 4 jams out of 5. Like I said, political context, religious context, it may piss off a few people. It may bother or put some people on the outside looking in. Or it may bring people closer to what they feel or what they think is going on in our society today. And that's what music is supposed to do. So I think Mr. Lewis did a good job of relaying his point of view and his aspects. I think that people will have an easy time aligning with this or opposing it. That's your decision to make. It's not mine to tell you. So, Frayed at both ends. Aaron Lewis. I highly recommend it. Sit back, listen to it, process it, enjoy it. All right? Stay safe out there, people. And remember that music is love, and love is music. Until the next time, stay safe.